Greetings everyone, Jose here. This is a synopsis of last week's game of my Dungeons & Dragons Ravenloft Homebrew 5th Edition, played at Nextridge Games. Hope to see you all again next week, as I am taking this game to be a weekly, per the request of Russell and Kelsey, who did not show up unfortunately for last week's game. We did have Anthony Nieto, Joe David Cox, Russell Pierson, and two new players represented by the guy back here, whatever, that way. Anyway, the prisoner. That's interesting. I can't get it to go the right way I wanted it this time, but whatever. Edward Anderson and his wife Maureen Anderson. Edward was playing a Kenku rogue assassin, and Maureen playing I believe a human cleric. So we had two clerics, a sorceress, a non-combat bard, played by Russell, and a monk. And that can't go. And of course, I put in Sniv just for counterpoint, have another attack-oriented, although not very powerful, NPC in the party to help the party out. The first thing I did was take them through the mine shafts. They started riding. Anthony's monk started running, I guess you'd say, recklessly through, as he barreled through with Sniv at his side at the brakes, until they had a little accident just before a prison cell and a door opposite the prison cell. In the prison cell, they found Maureen and Edward without any of their equipment waiting there. But they were able to communicate with them when the rest of the party arrived and see that all their equipment was held in the room across from them that was locked. After Sniv tried to pick the door, it turned out the door was extremely locked. He could not pick it, neither could Kenku without his gear. So the barbarian, I should call him a barbarian, but it was just a monk, kicked his way through the door. Inside, they found a cage that there was a chest in the center of, and next to the chest was a suit of dwarven armor that all of a sudden animated and stood up, with a red glow coming from the facial plate and a couple of green and a yellow glow coming from the hands. This started an encounter that I call the April Fool's encounter, because although the party did defeat the encounter, what they were fighting were three fairy dragons, a mother, her mate, and an eldest child, defending a nest of fairy dragon eggs. Russell, of course, had to be his non-gallant self and made a comment that almost the party paid for with another attack from the fairy dragons, saying that, wow, those are fairy dragon eggs, those are valuable, we need to take those and kill these fairy dragons. Lawful good creatures? I don't think so, Russell. But anyway, it was interesting how it rolled out from there. Sniv and the Kenku went ahead, scouting as the rest of the party came up 60 feet behind them, and they stopped. Sniv especially wouldn't go any further. He sat down and said, no more, no forward. When he was asked, he said he smelled death. And he said there was a T section, turn to the left, turn to the right, and it didn't matter which way you go. He said it was going to be death, because all he smelled was death. And no one's stronger, no one's less, and no one's been walking through this way here, because he couldn't find any tracks anywhere, neither did anybody else. Well, they took the old adage and went to the right. And they found themselves in a huge cavern, where they heard water dripping, but definitely they all smelled death. Old death, nothing new, nothing fresh, just the type of lingering that you might find underground in a place that's been cut off from oxygen for a long time. Well, the two rogues went ahead to scout with their stealth. The monk came in 60 feet behind, and the rest of the party, remaining four, coming 60 feet behind the monk. All three of the groups were very attentive to what was going around them. Sniv spotted movement to both sides of the scouts, and reached a point where he definitely thought his two were going to be surrounded by something. He didn't want to take the chance, so he took his earring off with the grappling hook, threw it up, chained it all, and him and the Kinku with him, both rogues, climbed up to the very top of this stalactite overlooking a stalagmite beneath it that had been shorn off, and a concave type bowl, almost a nest. It wasn't a nest for an monster, just almost a nest placed underneath. The monk at that point finally made a save that allowed him to understand that, oh shit, we're being surrounded. And then the party, he asked the party to come forward, and when the party did finally get to the front, they found out that, hey, the party were surrounded on all sides. And so they quickly rushed to where the rogues had last been seen, found the bowl and jumped in. Pretty soon after that, they realized, one of them realized what it was, that the rogues were above them on a stalactite. And Ed Anderson said that Anderson was playing a Kinku, who was a mimic bird, or a raven-like bird, flightless. I said, hey, why don't you make a sound of an animal to try to scare these out? Let's say like a dragon or something. I baited him, because I, at that point in time, realized the encounter they were about to have, even if I cut it down to a third, was going to be more trouble than they could handle. Especially the way two of the characters were playing their characters, I knew the other three weren't going to have a chance at all. And the two rogues would pretty much be out of the fight real quickly if I didn't do something to reduce the number of monsters they were facing. I was hoping Kelsey and Preston would show up. That didn't happen, unfortunately, so we were down to a little bit smaller party than I normally have. Well, what happened? Edward's Kinku made the roaring sound of a dragon, with a few seconds later was responded to by another dragon that was in the pit. I had a safety net to design just in case they didn't realize that this was supposed to be a run-through, escape, do not engage encounter, full hit points for surviving, to a, oh hell, we're gonna pick a fight. And they picked a fight. Or they didn't move fast enough, or as a group, but spread it out instead. They overthought it and ended up having to fight the dead right in the cavern. Well, the dragon took two of the three groups, but any one of the three groups was giving the party a headache. None more than one that I rolled survived and did not go after the dragon, which was 3 Hell Knights and 6 skeletons. Well, the Hell Knights have the capability of buffing the skeletons, so they have advantage on turn undead, and they all 6 saved on the turning undead. The Hell Knights could not be turned at all. So they ended up having to fight 9 monsters, and it did not go well. They were able to take care of these 6 skeletons, and they did get one of the Hell Knights down to half hit points. But pretty much, and I think all of them saw, they were all still up when Sniv sacrificed himself. Hey, if I'm going to have a rogue show up regularly, I don't need Sniv to replace the rogues that aren't showing up. So I took Sniv with 2 daggers in his hand, jumping and trying to land on top of one of the 3 Hell Knights. Unfortunately, a critical miss is a critical miss. And he did fall 120 feet, so he was down to 3 hit points. When the next move, that particular, I just took his great sword, crit, and took Sniv below half his hit points. Totally, total negative hit points. Killing him outright, no chance of survival. He would, a couple turns later, resurrect Sniv, but only 2 of the characters knew that happened. The Kinku, and I believe just Sirius, all the other characters at that point in time had gone under and were doing death saving throws. The party eventually Serial dropped, and at that point in time I brought the brass dragon in to finish off the 3 Hell Knights, which had not taken as much damage as I thought they would. But it is what it is. An overpowered encounter that they actually survived because of the good gracious of this brass dragon. I think they were fools, because he saw the entire encounter developing, and he was shocked when the whole party just didn't run through there. Instead of splitting up, scouting, being careful, 60 feet in between the 3 elements. So he thinks they're fools. But Sniv is dead. covered in acid, along with three Hell Knights are currently out of commission. And the party has survived. When we gather again this Saturday, they'll be still in that little hole depression, stalagmite, and they'll have to finish the remaining 2/3 of the cavern. I have an idea what I'm going to throw at them going forward in this cavern. They seem to want to fight. I'll give them a couple more opportunities to fight. I'll give them an opportunity to gain some interesting treasure. But for now, that's all I have for you guys. If you like this video, please like, share. Oh yeah. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks much. Y'all have a good day.